Hi everyone. To quote the immortal Rick Mail out of Blackadder, it's me! Yeah, hi, it's Phil Brigstock here from Phil's Fun for Fogies. Big apologies, it's been a few months since I've posted anything on Phil's Fun for Fogies, but it looks like we've now had over 5,000 hits and the interest in my little YouTube channel is growing. So I thought I'd do one or two more and see what interest people had. So welcome back and apologies for the delay. Anyway, you probably noticed that quite a lot has changed in the last few months. I seem to have lost my razor for the last few weeks. I don't know what you think of that. But anyway, what topic shall we have a go at today? Well, I thought at the moment everyone is worried about trying to get away, trying to stay sane, trying to go on holiday. And I thought, where would people be interested in going when COVID allows us to go? And one place I've always loved, and I think you might too, is to go to Florida. But this is Florida without the Mickey Mouse. This is natural Florida. And I thought I'd show you just a few of the places that I really love when I've been over there. I learned to fly in Florida and I spent lots of time over there. So I found some places that are generally off the beaten track, where not many tourists get to, but they are absolutely stunning. Let's have a look at a few. Okay, let's look at my 8 top favorite places in Florida. Let's start in the south. It's a bit of a tourist trap, but it's a fantastic place, Key West. Key West is great. It's a really fun place to go. It's at the very bottom of Florida, the southernmost part of continental USA. So it's subtropical, so it's really warm. It's got some great sort of foliage, flora, fauna, all that sort of stuff. And a really nice laid back vibe. It's the sort of gay capital of east coast of the States. And there's lots to see and do there. Some great art. Hemingway was a big influence there, and his house is a museum. Some really great jazz in the bars in the evening. Lots to see and do. You can go snorkeling on the reef there. So it's got some lovely colonial style houses, and you can often stay in them as a B&B. So I really recommend kicking off a Floridian holiday in Key West. So number 2 is a place called Gulls Coastal Kayaking. And it's a really amazing place. So you drive up from Key West, up the Florida Keys. Just before you get to Miami, you come to a fruit farm called Robert Is Here. Bit of a strange name, but the fruit there was fantastic. And Gull has got this outfit where he takes tourists out into the Everglades, seriously off the beaten track. And it is amazing. National Geographic and lots of other TV companies use Gull as a world acknowledged expert on the Everglades. And we'll look at some of the photos of our day spent with Gull. Fantastic. So we met with Gull and he took us out into the Everglades, which is basically a 30-mile wide but very shallow river. And he took us off the road down into the swamp where the water came up to our knees, and it was infested with snakes, some of them deadly, and alligator nests. And that was pretty exciting, and we had to have a lot of faith in Gull's knowledge and experience. And he walked us through this swamp for about an hour or so, which was the first part of our day with him. And this is what it was like. After our walk through the swamp itself, we then drove down to near the coast and the mangrove swamps, where there were a lot of gators and some very big ones. and Carl got us set up in our canoes, kayaks, and off we went into the swamp. And we went through lots of little places where you'd have no idea where you were if you weren't with Carl. And we came around the corner, and this is the sight that met me. Imagine this. This gator was lazily swimming along directly towards my kayak, and it was only a few feet away, and I was leading our group and all the others were behind me. Alex had his camera and took that amazing photo, and I was pretty much terrified, and I just stayed still in the kayak, and the alligator came right up to me and went down under the water underneath my kayak, and that was pretty scary, I can tell you. And off we went into the swamp looking for more. It was fantastic. It really was quite an experience. After paddling with the gators, we then went down to the coast itself and offloaded the kayaks again into the water, and off we went again, this time with manatees, and they were swimming all around us. It's very hard to take a photo of them because they stay under the water, but they were there and we saw them. And then we paddled out into the Sea of Florida, which is like an inland sea, which was completely calm just before sunset. And it was magical, absolutely stunning. It was just the most perfect evening, and we sat as a group in the middle of the sea, not a ripple in sight, and this is what it was like. Our day with Gal was incredible, and I can't recommend it enough. It was really good fun. Whilst I remember, another really good thing you can do in the Everglades is to go airboat riding. It's perhaps not very green, but there again, the guys that do it spend a lot of time and effort trying to protect the nature there in that area. But it's really good fun. I'll just show you a little clip before we move on. Okay, next up, number 3 on the list is Miami. Not perhaps going back to nature very much, but nevertheless a really interesting and fun place with a lot of culture. Again, a lot of art, a lot of music, a lot of history, a lot of Cubans, a lot of amazing architecture, some stunning buildings, great beaches, bit of everything, and a big cosmopolitan city. Just a fun place to be. So wasn't Miami great? And I love that music. That little kid in the dance floor with maracas shaking them along. Really fun place, Miami. So now number 4, we head north up to River Ranch, which is right in the middle of Florida, above the Everglades. And it's a place which is a resort where people go and spend a week looking at all the natural things around there. But every Saturday night they have a rodeo. So, you know, you think of Red Indians and the west side of the States for things like rodeos, but actually they have them in Florida too. And so that's really quite a fun evening. And there's lots of sort of tricks and bareback and all the other things you'd expect with a rodeo in America. So that's a really good place to go. River Ranch. So moving swiftly on, the next is just a little bit north from River Ranch, is in the direction of Orlando. We come to Jack Brown's seaplane base or float plane base at Winter Haven. And that's a fantastic place. It's got some lovely old aeroplanes, old Piper Cubs, which don't have much power, but they are just a joy to fly. And you fly in and out of little tiny lakes in the middle of Florida. If anyone has seen my previous YouTube Phil's Fun for Fogies clips, there's a whole one about how you learn to fly a float plane. So have a look at that. But here's just a little bit to show you what that's like. Now we head north to another little flying base, but this one's for hang gliders, and it's called Wallaby Ranch. It's for aging hippies who loved hang gliding back in the 70s, and they formed their own little commune in the woods just outside Orlando, and it's a really lovely place. Log cabins, a lovely place to meet in the evening with a big fireplace and lots of music. And it's just so laid back and very hippie, but the flying is great. And I learned to do aerotow hang gliding here, where you get pulled up into the sky in your hang glider behind a microlight aeroplane. So here we go.
Can I get you? Yeah, I ain't no butcher, I ain't a butcher son, but I got to meet, talk till that butcher comes, and I pray to mama, how long I wait.
So 2 more to go. Next one is Kennedy Space Center. And to me, this is holy ground. It's where man set sail for the heavens. And it is a fantastic place, just stacked full of history. Lots of people have been there, but not that many people take the tour that you can go on, which goes around the early parts of Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral, where all the early flights were with Alan Shepard and the Mercury 7 and John Glenn and all those guys. So I'd really recommend that. It's a fascinating place full of history. So last but definitely not least is my favorite place in Florida. One of the best places I've been to anywhere in the world. And it's called Cedar Key. It's on the west coast of Florida, middle of nowhere. And it's a little island. It's not really an island, it's a peninsula, but it feels like an island. And it goes back in time. Fishing boats and just the most amazing atmosphere there, famous for its clam chowder, and it's a very laid back, very slow pace of life there, full of nature, lots of birds and animals that you wouldn't see in other parts of Florida very easily. And I've flown in there. It's got a tiny little runway, and it's just a really, really nice place to go and relax. If ever you get the chance, go to Cedar Key. Well, there you go. That's my top 8 places in Florida. I hope you stayed to the end. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you get the chance, go out there and see some. Anyway, Phil's Fun for Fogies. There's about 20 odd different videos on there now. So please have a look at some of the others. And if you like them, please like them and subscribe and tell all your friends. It would help a lot. It's nice to get back into it again and nice to see you all. Okay, take care, stay safe, and I'll play us out with something I think you might like to see again. Okay, bye.